Today we got more update sneak peeks, everything else that's coming in the Brawloween update, gameplay of the new game modes, graveyard shift and power play, plus also showing all the new skins, their animations, and everything else. Let's do it. Now make sure to check out my complete guide on how to master EMZ if you want to know how to either play the new Brawler or how to counter the new Brawler really well. Alright, wait, starting out, you probably noticed Trophy Road and Profile are now separate. There's more stuff here. How many power play points you have is shown in Trophy Road, separate thing, otherwise the same. Let's start out going over the new skins though. You'll also see Shelly has a new animation, basically like a different jump, sort of. But also, Witch Shelly has a different animation as well, and it looks pretty nice. Witch Shelly is going to cost 150 gems. Has a little cat on her figure that jumps around. Pretty solid. Also actually has some attack animations. I'll go ahead and show you that in a second here, but just in case you want to see the full 360 view of what you're spending your gems on, not too bad. And hey, if you do go ahead and buy any skins, maybe use creator code Cory. Send a little kickback to the creators here. Dude, my sleep schedule is so screwed. I stayed up till 7 a.m. last night doing videos, but look at this. Not too bad. Very spooky. And it's the same for the super, pretty much, but with cats at the end. Nice. Leon does have voice acting now, which I didn't show last time. I'll go ahead and show you a few of his lines. And then we'll show you the werewolf skin, which I definitely want to buy. The werewolf skin is also going to be 150 gems. It has a different animation for winning and losing. Basically, he throws up like a doggy bone and catches it. He is a dog, so hey, it makes sense. Here's the little 360 view if you want to see it. And then he also has an attack animation as well to boot. We'll show that. And just wait till he supers as well. Alright, so here you go. His attacks, instead of shurikens, they're dog bones. And you can see even like dog paws when he attacks. And then, when he supers, oh! He's got a werewolf pal. Freaking sweet. Frank did get a remodel. Here is the remodel version. He basically, like, his eyes look more droopy, kind of. A Caveman Frank hardly looks different. Here's DJ Frank. The little visor, like, changes occasionally. It doesn't have any attack animations, so it's the same. He's got a nice boombox there, and this one's going to be 80 gems. Now, Shadow Knight Jessie or Dark Knight Jessie, I thought it was Shadow Knight. Who knows? They're switching back and forth. This one's going to cost 10,000 star points. It's basically a dark version, but it does have a slightly different attack animation, but they actually also updated the attack animation for Dragon Knight Jessie as well. So it kind of goes for both, but it does look pretty nice. I think it looks really sick, so I'm excited. I wasn't thinking I was going to buy this. 10,000 star points is a lot, but look, it even affects the turret as well. Now I kind of really want it. Now, I don't have gameplay of it at the moment, but there's also some new changes in Takedown. Basically, various different maps are going to have bosses with slightly different abilities. So hopefully this will make it a more exciting mode. One of the abilities is lasers, like from from Boss Fight, where they do a ton of lasers at once. That laser's chain lightning, which I have no idea what it is. Maybe it's kind of like Jessie's attack, or I am not sure. I haven't seen chain lightning. That one's different. Or rockets as well, which is another ability from Boss Fight. Depending on the map, there'll be different abilities for the boss, which is pretty cool. Also, Takedown and Lone Star now have the actual exact placement you're in the upper right-hand corner. I think it's a nice change. Alright, now let's play a game of Graveyard Shift. Couple things to note. One, it has its own event slot, so it's going to be up 24/7, but it's only going to be available during the Halloween event, which I'm really sad about that it's not coming back permanently. Maybe if people love it enough, we can have it stay in the game as an event modifier in solo showdown or duo showdown or showdown in general, hopefully. Couple things to note before we go into the match. You heal for 80% of the damage dealt, or if you kill a brawler, finish them off, you get that kill feed in the top left corner, then you heal up automatically to full health. So kill stealing is definitely a big thing. Also, any healing powers like Poco heal or Barley Star power is reduced by 1/4. Although it's still very valuable, it's heavily reduced. Alright, here we go. Other thing to note is in duo showdown, if either you or your teammate gets the kill, it heals both of you. So definitely pretty solid, but there should be more kills, I guess, overall. And of course, you still respawn. So here you can see once you get the power cube, I am forced to play with bots right now. Also, the new skin effect is actually really cool for this mode. I think it's nice. Although, if I spend money on skins, it does make me sad to not be able to see them. But, you know, it's still kind of different at least. Especially spooky-wise. So, by the way, great brawlers for this mode are long-range brawlers. You really want long-range brawlers because overall, the fights are really short. So getting even 1 or 2 hits in is huge. Wow, okay. Because you want to be able to just hit them from a distance and they can't hit you. Because if all of a sudden, if you have higher health than them, you don't even need to fight them. Like, if it's the last 2, you have higher health than the enemy team, you can just run away the whole time and they will automatically lose. They'll just keep losing health over time. You have higher health than them, so you'll just end up winning. So that's where long range is really important because even if you get 1 hit, it's huge. Where is this last brawler? It's not like I can check the bushes. Oh, Big Mama Pam. Okay. So again, I have higher health, so technically I could just let this happen, but I am facing bots, so let's win the game. All right, now before we go over the new mode Power Play and exactly how it works and how many star points you can gain, 2 quick things I want to show you. 1, you can now add friends straight up just through the ID. So instead of sharing the link or something, it'd be even easier to add friends now. Also, if you want, you can now spam your favorite YouTubers more easily with their friend requests, I guess, if you want. Also, in game rooms now, whether friendly about it or not, anyone can now invite people to the game room. Instead of just the room creator. All right, so let's break down Power Play, because there's some very specific things you need to know. It's gonna rotate through different game modes for every single day. You only get 3 attempts like before, and if you want to participate, well, it's only unlocked once you have a brawler who has a star power. If you don't have any brawlers with star powers, you actually cannot play this game mode, and you can only play it with brawlers who have their star power. I'm guessing they're basically trying to make this really competitive and not having power level be any sort of factor in this game mode, probably also making it harder for brand new players to play a competitive game mode like this, especially if you're playing with randoms. You don't really want them in matchmaking. Speaking of matchmaking for this game mode, it's not going to be strictly based on trophies of either your brawler or your total trophies. I'm guessing it's going to be based on how many power points you actually are earning already from this game mode. But if I know more info, I'll put it down below in the comments. I don't know exactly. Now, the amount of points you earn is very different. First of all, in solo showdown, duo showdown, it varies a ton based on your placement. I don't know exactly per placement, but in 3v3, you get 30 points for a victory, 10 points for a tie, and only 5 points for a loss. So you still earn points for even participating, but it really is basically just a participation trophy. Win rate is going to be crazy important in how many points you get, and even ties are not worth that much. But there's an extra factor: overwhelming victory. If you get an overwhelming victory, you get even more points. I think it's 10 points, but I'll have to double check that. And how you get an overwhelming victory is different for every single game mode. I don't know how it works in solo showdown and duo showdown, but I'm guessing it's like if you get top 2 maybe, or even maybe just first place potentially. In Gem Grab though, you get it by winning the game before the 15th gem spawns. In Heist and in Siege, you get it by winning with having 80% or more health remaining on your safe. In Brawl Ball, you get it by having a 2-0 victory. And in Bounty, you get it by winning by 10 plus stars. So not only is winning a factor, but also getting that overwhelming victory if you want the most amount of power points or power play points at the end of the season as possible. Now, I'll also go ahead and break down how many power points you get at the end of the season based on how many points you earn from power play. Okay, so I'm just gonna go and put this chart up instead of literally going through everyone individually. You can just take a look for yourself, but I'm gonna also, first thing to notice is if there's going to be a top 200 leaderboard for this game mode specifically, and you'll get extra points for being in that at the end of the season. But I also want to tell you how likely it is to get however many power points, depending on how much you win. So first of all, if you literally lose every single game, but you play every single game, you will get 210 points, which is good for an extra 150 power points at the end of the season, which is not that much for that many games, but literally losing every single game. So now if you win half of your games, 50% of your games, and in 50% of those wins, or sorry, in a third of those wins, you get an overwhelming victory, which I feel like that's probably an average amount for all of that. You get about 800 power points, or 800 power play points, confusing wording, but that gives you an extra 1,000 star points at the end of the season, which is definitely an extra 1,000 is not too bad, considering you can get it every single season for just an average, probably, win rate. Now, if you win, best case scenario, if you win every single game and you get overwhelming victory in every single one, you'll get 1,660, and again, this is all assuming overwhelming victory is worth 10 power play points for all of this. For every single time. And as you can see, if you're anywhere above 1,250, you get 10,000 star points at the end of the season, which is a ton. 10,000 per season if you have a really good win rate. I think if you have about a 75% win rate, you should be able to get the maximum 1,250 or 10,000 star points at the end of the season, which is crazy. So there should probably be a lot of players who end up getting that. So now there's gonna be a lot more star points in the economy. Also, by the way, there's a ton of new maps for Takedown and for Lone Star. This is actually just a rename. This was Mexican Standoff, I think. Peak Oil is a new Takedown map, though. Kind of looks like, I forget, but one of the solo showdown maps. Cuckoo Coop? Scrap Metal is another new one, so I think there's a really high amount of new maps for both of these game modes, which is always pretty sweet to see new maps. Another jump pad map, Tight Stuff. All right, you gotta love Tight Stuff. Lone Star, every single map is a new map, actually. I'm pretty sure every single one is new. It's gonna be interesting to play a jump pad map for Lone Star. Cauliflower was in Takedown as well. Some of these maybe, I guess, are also in Takedown, but they are all new maps overall. Oh, and there is a new background for the Mortis Mortuary map. Make sure you learn how to dominate with the new Brawler EMZ, or how to counter EMZ really well as well. That is going to be it for today's video, though. Thank you so much for watching. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll catch you later.